Welcome! I was gonna try and juggle these and I realized, not the right time, Kathleen, not the right time. Welcome to day 3 of Awesome Graphic Design Week here with John Olson, my old friend.
Hey, hey.
After we've been friends
Old
for 3
friends,
days.
yeah.
Yes, it is now official, we are old friends. I'm Kathleen, like I said, this is John, and we're gonna jump back into your awesome branding project that we've been working on for the last 3 days. I haven't been. You've been working.
You've been a very important part of this.
Thank you. I've just been looking over your shoulder. The most annoying thing of all time. What's up, everyone? If you're joining us in chat, say hello. Lucas, hello. Huxel, Jonathan, Anna, good to see you. Anna says, you're just so fun.
Aww.
Just so, we had Jolly yesterday. So fun. Someone said your voice was beautiful. Confirmed, yes. We have, awesome, really good to see you. If you're just joining the chat, make sure you say what's up to us so we can give you a shout out. If you want to follow John on social, go ahead and click the info tab over here, and then you can click on his little face, follow him, click all of his links. He's got Instagram, his own portfolio website that we'll probably touch on again like we did yesterday. But maybe you can just explain what you've been working on the last 2 days and what you're going to do today.
Yeah, so the last 2 days we've been photoshopping some pictures of gloves for a client of mine that does custom gloves for theater and TV stuff, along with some fun props that I made and brought in. We have some triangles here.
My babies.
So we made it pretty far through 2 of the 3 things I was thinking about doing, but instead of starting the 3rd one today, I thought maybe we could look at placing them in social assets and how to comp some of that stuff out and the way I organize files for that.
Yeah, I'm really interested. You're going to be using smart objects, kind of templates, all kinds of cool stuff.
So this is where we were. We've got this from day 1 and day 2. Oh, I like this.
Look, there's only 2 of these white balls, and he made it look like there are millions.
We got a bunch there, and 1 purple one that does not exist, but
it's on my head.
We did a lot in 2 days, I think. So
yeah, I think so too.
I'm gonna open up a different file though, and this is a file I use to kind of comp things for social touch points.
Yeah.
So these are basically just screenshots. I went on my phone, screenshot Instagram, screenshot Facebook, took the screenshots in and just wiped them of everything so that all the copy is, you know, live copy. And then we've got placeholder smart objects for the different dimensions, because Instagram can do some tall stuff. I think the square is 1080 by 1080, the tall is 1080 by something that you would then Google to find out. And then this is our Facebook sponsored ad placement. So if you have like a Facebook business account and you do sponsored placements, you get this wide image, which I think the requirements there are no text in the image, just picture.
Really?
Yeah, they're very specific with Facebook. I mean, obviously if you're working on any of these, you would have to like Google the rules for that website and what they do. So if I'm missing stuff, you would have to check it. Don't take my word for it.
Yes, yes, yes. If it's for a real thing. Like
but there's like a portion of, on Facebook, a portion of the image can have type, and it's like a very small percentage. So most of it has to be blank, and then the copy goes below here. This is all live, but you get like a headline and a call to action button and a URL. So
cool. So you, like you said, wiped all of the screenshot and then actually typed in and like found the right typefaces and things.
Let me try and turn off the layers above it. So if we swipe all this, yeah, this was actually from a Converse project I did that we saw yesterday.
Yes.
But yeah, just a screenshot and then clearing out with just kind of white blocks, everything else, that's live type too. And then, yeah, you can find out whatever site you're using. It's pretty easy to find out what fonts they're using to match them. And I work this way because in here, this is a smart object. So like we can have our full image. I have them be a little bit bigger and then scale down. I can export this with export options to whatever pixel dimension I need. But this is nice for a client to see or for your team to see. Or you could be like working on image and copy. Someone else could be doing the copy and they want to see what it looks like with the picture. So this is what I would use for like client presentations and even for my own website to see stuff.
Yeah, yeah. So is that salmon color block, is that just one layer and it's gonna it's gonna populate each of your different artboards?
So I have separate things in here, but I will bring in the artwork as one layer. And so if I have to go and make tweaks to it, it'll change on all of them.
Perfect.
But we're gonna use different crops and stuff per post. So
yeah.
Let me bring in something here. Actually,
Let's do it.
I think I have little JPEGs of what we did yesterday.
A glossy, glossy JPEG.
Glossy, glossy JPEGs. Yeah.
Awesome.
Or actually, I take that back. I want to drop it in here.
Okay, in the actual smart object. So you get to that by double clicking on the smart object. And Dario, if you want to toggle through all of your different lasso modes, it's going to be Shift W. So just W is the hotkey for a lasso tool, and then Shift W will take you through all of them. Pretty sure. Try it out.
Oh, I always mess up that shift scale thing.
We've learned. Yeah, Tim, great point. We are doing portfolio reviews today, so it's a little different from the last 2 days. The last 2 days, we've challenged you to work alongside art designers, but today, it's the time to be dusting off your portfolio and submitting it so that we can review them at the end of the stream. So for the last like 30 minutes of the stream, we're gonna be looking at 2 portfolios and really diving in feet first, or space, we're going up to space. So helmet first, I guess.
I like these metaphors.
I'm obviously mixing them. Cool Huxel says that they just submitted their portfolio. Great. Nice. Let us know if you're submitting in the chat. We'll keep an eye out for them. We were talking outside in the green room how reviewing portfolios is one of our favorite things to do.
Oh, it's so fun. So I dropped in this piece kind of as close to the dimensions that we did. I think this frame's a little, it's a little bit zoomed in, but pretty much showing the full image. But then, you look at things here and it might look nice as a composition, but when you're zoomed out and there's a bunch of other stuff going on, maybe we want to zoom in and look at it cropped in. So there's kind of like a whole fun, whoops, you gotta be on the right layer.
Dang it, Photoshop.
It's kind of like a whole fun process of recropping your work for different things.
Yeah.
And then judging scale based on there. I could bring that one in here too, and it's going to be a completely different experience. Boom, boom, boom. Let's just drag it in.
Nice. I like that little workflow. So you pop out one of your layers so it's floating, and then you can easily drag them in and out.
I just like dragging and drop in rather than going into menus and.
I agree.
Or remembering commands.
Maybe that has to do with our tactile
of
making things. I just want to literally feel like I can move things around and not have to click into anything. No thanks.
But there's so many different stories you can tell with the same image, and that's kind of what I like. This is where copy can become fun too. Because if this were a campaign, which I'd like it to be, you might see this picture on a lot of different things. You might see it on a billboard full. You might see it in a social post square like this, and you could show the full thing, but in dimensions that might look weird. So then maybe we have a different story. Maybe it's just something peeking out like this.
Yeah, confident design.
And then that could influence the copy here. This is a different story than this is, and so you can have fun moments where you think through what we're saying, and I'm not a copywriter, and this is not going to be a copy exercise. But maybe people in the chat have things they want it to say. If you have a headline that you think works well, let me know.
A cheeky little string of words.
Yeah.
Like a string of pearls that are just perfect.
And then even things like I mask out all of the social icons too, so maybe it's helped just to see a similar color palette. So maybe we'll put in purple here, or if we had a logo or an image, little things like this I think help contextualize and help even me see it, but definitely people who haven't worked on the project yet, when they want to see a post, everything should be thought out and finished just so that they don't get caught up on weird stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to distract your viewer from the stuff that doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And that goes back to what you were saying about how when we're looking at that Facebook sponsored ad specifically, we might crop it differently because there's so much information that will surround that on Facebook. like little pizza pieces, little pizzas,
Little pizzas.
little icons, little strings of words, and it's like, all right, maybe we need to go for a bolder composition to really draw the eye there. Tim says, all you need is glove.
That's pretty good.
Glove is all you need.
That's pretty great.
Ooh, I love this one.
I think this one is gonna be fun. Whoa, hit the wrong thing.
60,000% out.
I don't know how I zoomed there. Because it's got, you know, we have this nice moment here, but for a square one, maybe we just make it this. And keep it with these two heroes. And then when you see it maybe on a wider one.
Get that little hand creeping
That
in.
little creepy hand there.
Woohoo.
You know.
All you need is glove.
Hashtag. We got to think of a hashtag next. So
What do they use in their Instagram? Gloves.
Hashtag gloves.
Hashtag we glove you. That's one of theirs.
Ooh, we glove you's good. I like that. Okay.
I love their Instagram. I'm gonna use it for like illustration inspiration.
Yeah, good stuff, right? And then I don't know exactly what color tags are, but for now let's just do that because everything's blue here and it feels nice.
Yes.
Boom. Yay. And then maybe you want to take one of these. That could even be the little icon.
Yeah. That's a great icon. That hands are so in right now, like as graphic elements.
So this is not a smart object because I just copy and pasted it because I'm moving fast, but you know, you could. Actually, maybe we'll just turn it into one because I'm gonna make it real small and I don't know what's gonna do to it. But tiny, 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 tiny.
That's cute.
And then let's go in.
That should be their new icon.
I'm kind of into it. Let's go and just fix that little bubby down there.
Bubby, people are giving us hashtags. Glove games, Glovalicious.
Ooh, these are all really good.
One in the hand, one on the hand is worth two on the hands. Is that? Oh boy.
Boom.
Yay, it's so whimsical.
Did that? Ooh, so all right, so I copied this and it's the same smart object now, which I wasn't necessarily thinking about. So that's an unexpected little thing.
That's a problem we will solve right now.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Ooh, someone says that's glovely. Glovely.
Glovely's pretty good. Ooh, that's actually real good.
Thanks, Kat. That's a good one.
Let's, I'm happy with that here. Let's just, all right, so we had all that conversation about smart objects, and now I'm kind of ignoring it all because I'm moving fast, so.
This is how it works.
Do as I say, not as I do.
They're only there to help you. And like, if it doesn't always happen, it's okay. But it's great for when you're handing off files or when you need to change things after you've given a version and the client comes back and they're like, how about this? And you're like, it's a smart object. Easy peasy.
So let's say that one's good. I'll just expand that and then go ahead and change this one. Back to here. I think I still want some of these other ones. And this might just be one that doesn't work great in Square, which is like cool too. I think unless you know you're just doing social stuff, don't design to the touch point.
Yeah.
You can always make it work, or we did so many things that we can use something else. But you know, you could even super fast here.
What's he gonna do?
You know, move that over like that.
Wow, so you just made a layer mask.
Yeah, so it's this. So these are both the same thing. So if I wanted to update any of the colors or stuff, I could go in and it would fix both of them. But you know, if I want to move things around, you just quick mask it and.
Wow, that's the beautiful thing about what you're saying when you shot everything in the same studio lighting and without moving anything. Just makes it so easy.
I'm all about speed and efficiency.
Because your ideas are gonna be good. You just gotta execute them.
Doesn't feel terrible.
No, what's up, Claudie? From Print My Soul. Claudie's been on Adobe Live with us very recently.
Oh, nice.
Last week? Claudia was at it 2 weeks ago? Very recently. Recent memories.
Where is the little circle here? I love when you copy something in one of these. Like once they added artboards to Photoshop, I got so excited because it's so nice. And then if you duplicate something and just move it into, let's see, into another grouping, it keeps the placement and knocks it right over. You don't have to really do anything.
I had no idea that it would like place it in, put it in place.
It's so great. Yeah, you just need to put it in the right layer grouping and it'll keep placement. So if you have something like that social thing, you just copy and move it down, copy and move it down, and you don't have to do any of the placement stuff. It's really nice.
That is cool. So a lot of people, there's kind of two camps. Some people love artboards in Photoshop. Some people don't really love them or just don't use them. I think they can be so helpful for especially like iterating or working on the same design in different forms.
Definitely. And I think it depends on what you're doing. Like it can complicate a file, right?
Yes.
It can make something bigger when it doesn't need to be. But for something like this, it's so nice to see, like you said, when you're doing something really iterative, it's so nice to just see it all next to each other.
Yeah.
And make changes quick. This and layer comps are just like the best things, which I don't think we really have a need for layer comps right now, but they're great, use them.
Yeah, so what do you mean by layer comps?
So if you have, so if you have a bunch of, I'm trying to think of an example I can make here. Let's just pretend this is, I guess you could do the same thing with layer comps for one of these things. So let's pretend it's no artboards and we just have this. And I've got this guy, and then I want to go in here and maybe place in the other image.
Okay.
So that we have two options for this post.
Yes. Which one is it?
Two fast ones. And look how nice that looks horizontally.
It's perfect. It's like you designed it that way.
You know, it's like we planned this. And then let's say I want to match. So I'm just like building in different options to different layers. So I have like a blue layer and a purple layer.
Yes.
And this blue layer and this purple layer.
Yeah.
And I can go into layer comps.
Okay.
So I can go to my layer comp palette here and make a new layer comp, which will just determine what's turned on and what's turned off and make them as like quick saves. So if I was going through, if I didn't have artboards, but I wanted to make a bunch of options and like show an art director, show someone else and have it really quick.
Yes.
I call this blue image and let's turn visibility position. So we've got this, and then I might want to go in and turn some stuff off. And I'll call this, make a new one, and call this purple.
My mind is being blown right now.
And then you can go up here and toggle between them.
Oh my gosh.
Boom. And I think because I turned on position, I think if I was like, hey, I want one that's like this, which makes no sense. This nonsense.
Just nonsense. Baloney.
But we've got it up here, and then we've got our nonsense, and then we've got our purple. And you're not adding different, this is the same layer, but it's just saving the position and what's turned on. So this is really nice if you're, I don't know, iterating something that really deals with like little specifics of arrangement or color, and you want to turn things on and off, instead of having to make a bunch of different files, where back in the day, if you wanted to like even change type, you have to make all these different layers and save them all out separately. It just does it all here. And then you can also export all these layer comps as like JPEGs at once instead of having to manually turn everything on and off.
Cool. It's like making an action, but just for like turning your layers on and off. Whoa.
On, off, and placement.
Wow. That's full circle for me.
So those are also like two ways of doing the same thing that I'm doing here.
Yeah.
I like to look at them next to each other. So I'm not using them, but you totally can.
Yeah. Tim says perfect for showing clients.
Yes. That's really what I think the strength lies in. Or if you're working in an agency and like your art director's like, hey, what are the options we got to pick through before we put it in a deck? You're just like, boom, 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 boom.
Wow. So someone's asking, how do you go about saving artboards in Photoshop? It's really easy, Robbie. If you want to like export them quickly, you can either right-click on the artboard name, either in your layers or like the actual name, and you can do, well,
where am I clicking on?
Maybe.
Well.
But you can do export for screens, quick export, export as, really, really easy. Or you can just go to File, Save As, Export As, and you can turn on what artboards you want, what sizes. etc., etc. Confidence says, please, I want to learn design. Where can I help? Where can I find help tutorials? This is one. This is a live tutorial. So if you have questions, Confidence, please feel free to ask. We have all of our replays available for you. And then Adobe provides tons of awesome free tutorials as well. If you just go to adobe.com and click help and support, or you can go to the Creative Cloud YouTube channel, and there's an awesome playlist of 1-minute tutorials that I might have a hand in creating. That are really handy if you want to learn some cool workflows as well. Check it out. What's it gonna do next?
Yeah, this is just, you know, and then content aware makes a lot of sense if you're doing backgrounds and you want to make it wider. And you going very fast.
Works. What's up, Eric Sue? Good to see you. Bob says, I'm gonna start working on my portfolio again and need some inspiration. Hopefully this is inspiring to you, Bob. It's inspiring to me.
Working on your portfolio is always a good thing to be doing, even when, the best time to work on your portfolio is when you don't think you need to work on your portfolio.
Yep.
Because then you have time to like think and, you know, really not freak out about the decisions you're making, and then you're always ready when you need to be.
Yeah, you're not worrying about like, I literally am gonna show this to an interview person like tomorrow. I need to fix it up. No, you got a little more time, a little more wiggle room. We're gonna be looking at 2 portfolios at 12:30, so you have a little over an hour to get your portfolios spiffied up, ready, and then we'll pick 2 and take some time to look through them. We also have a chat and win in about 6.5 minutes. You can see the awesome timer below us. I'm going to point at it with my pointer. There it is, there's the timer. So make sure you're logged in on Behance, be.net/live. If you're on YouTube, come on over, chat with us here. And we're gonna be giving away 100 free stickers from Sticker Mule.
That's a lot of stickers.
It's almost too many stickers. What are you gonna
There's
do with them?
There's never too many stickers.
Nope. So one time I ordered from Sticker Mule and I ordered, I think, either 50 or 100. And they sent me like 200 for the same price. There was just like an accident. I was like, okay, Sticker Mule, thanks. And I still have them. Gabrielle says, how do you find the Instagram and Facebook templates to work from?
Yeah, great question. So these, I just made these myself, which is why all the names here are probably my friends.
Probably.
But I think they're not actually that high res. These are just the way they export from my phone. So I think this is a desktop version. So I just screenshot this on a desktop. And this is just, what is that, on an iPhone? You have the 2-button click and you'll screenshot whatever's there.
Yep.
And then just open it up in Photoshop, and most of it's on white or gray. So, you know, make that color selection and just wipe everything away and replace.
Yeah, super easy. And Chad, I'll show you really quick where you can find some really cool templates as well. Maybe we can pop over to my screen super duper quick. If you open up Photoshop, hi, we're in my Photoshop, and you click Create New. And if you were to say, go over to Print, usually there's some templates down here, and I think I might need to reset my essentials, possibly. So it might not be. I might just be spitting lies right now. Oh, here it is. Okay. So if you go to, let's see, Web, you can see right here there's a cover photo for Facebook template you can download. This one's pretty cool, the Botanical Social Media Set. It'll provide you with some design assets and also some templates that will give you the correct sizes. And then this Angle Social Media Set is really cool too, because it'll tell you for all the different social media touch points where you need to place the information for it to be visible. Because like on Twitter, on a header image, it gives you the dimensions, but it's gonna crop it out and it's not really gonna tell you that. So this will tell you, you need to make sure your logo is here or in this vicinity so that it's actually visible when it's a responsive layout. And this is also filled with smart objects. So you can put in your info once and it'll populate across like 13 different social media templates. It's very cool.
That's super cool. I had no idea.
It's free.
That's something I'm gonna be using.
So go do it. All right, back to John.
I think that's great. If you can find a template like that or have something help you, it saves so much time. But also I think like sometimes when I was in school, I get freaked out by like the idea of templates and never be afraid to make your own if you can't find one, because it's like it's not that serious, you know.
No.
As long as you can find an image of what you want, there's probably a really quick way you can make your own template if there's not one existing. But if you also like have assets and tools that can make them for you, it saves so much time.
Yeah, it's also sometimes a nice way to make some another form of income is if like you're gonna design templates and maybe sell them online. People get lazy and they don't want to make their own.
That's very true. I will. Behance is a place where I go looking for templates quite often. Just type in like the name of whatever weird thing I'm looking for and hope that someone made a template for it.
And they have like a download link.
The more like oddly specific you can get, there's probably still someone who's made a download template for it.
Yeah, so it's a good idea. Lucas, do you ever use Adobe Spark? I use it sometimes. Have you ever used Spark?
I haven't used Spark.
Spark's a super easy way to make social media assets. You can make like videos, you can make whole web pages, you can make Instagram posts, and all you need is like a photo and some copy, and it like gives you a million different ways to lay it out and export it. It's really cool. Chat, you should check it out.
Very cool.
If you haven't.
Well, yes, I'm feeling okay about these. I feel like this is a proof of concept of what we can be doing.
Yeah.
And like, you know, we could have a full day of just different sizes to size things in. But maybe we'll come back to this in a little bit, and I might go and pull some more photos for something new.
Sweet, let's do it. So we're back in Bridge, our favorite app.
Back in Bridge, my favorite app that I know so little about.
And we do have about a minute and a half until we'll do Chat and Win.
Nice.
So this is great timing, kind of splitting it up. Yeah, June says that Behance is a template gold mine. Agreed.
So I went in again and starred. The only hotkey command I know is how to star things in Bridge. That's
nice.
it.
Don't you just type like the number of stars you want? Is that the hotkey?
Yeah, you press now like it's like muscle memory. You
like
hold a button and you can go 1 through 5, and then it stars it.
Gotcha.
Let's move this in now so we can crop out my face as fast as possible because I really don't like looking at this.
Let's zoom in on it.
No! Let's get rid of that.
He would never.
Boom! I don't know what you're talking about.
What's behind there? It was destructive. Oh my gosh.
That was destructive. That's how serious I was about not looking at that.
Whoa, it looks like it's coming to get you.
Weird angles, right?
The light is so beautiful.
Into weird angles. That is probably my favorite one.
I like it. It's aggressive.
It's definitely aggressive. Let's open that up.
And let's zoom right in.
Yeah. Let me see. How big is this guy? It's quite big.
Enhance.
No!
Yeah, it's clear that you had a lot of fun shooting these gloves.
Definitely. And you know, if you're not having fun, why are you doing this, right?
Yeah. And on that note, let's give away some free stuff. Woo! So chat.
Yeah.
We're gonna give away 100 free stickers from Sticker Mule. It's a beautiful way to get awesome marketing collateral. You can do stickers of all different kinds, die cut. I think we're giving away die cut stickers, which is the kind that if you get a sticker, it'll like cut along the edge and the outline, which is very cool. It won't be like a circle or a square. It'll be organic, which is always nice. So we're going to be asking you a question, and when you answer the question in chat, you will be entered to win. Do you have a question for them today?
Yeah. So we started these 3 days by talking about music. But sometimes we said when you're like working fast in production, you listen to things with maybe more words in them. How about podcasts? What podcasts do you guys listen to?
Yes.
The design podcast? Do you want to not have a design podcast while you're
Right? I know. Let us know.
Get as far away from that as possible and listen to something different.
We'll be back in a minute. Give us your podcast. All right, podcast fam. Nathaniel says none.
Wow. Wow. Okay, that's fair.
Madison says, welcome to Night Vale. That one's so good.
Oh, I don't know that one.
It's like a story about this fake, like, creepy town. It's from the radio's perspective. Like, a radio announcer is telling the stories of this town. It's really bizarre and cool. Gold Digger. Let's see. Adobe Live is your favorite. Oh, Kroll, thanks. Appreciate that. Typing more than once is not going to get you more than one entry, just so you know. So don't feel like you need to spam the chat.
But the enthusiasm is appreciated.
Very appreciated. The hype is real, and I feel it in my bones. Prince says design tomorrow. Jen likes to listen to classical music. Sonia likes Creative Inspiration podcast.
These are all really good, and I haven't heard of many of them.
I've never heard of Creative Inspiration. The Stuff You Missed in History Class, that's a good one,
I
Norvell.
love that one.
I love Stuff You Should Know. Nathaniel, Nathaniel was the first person to say no podcasts. But you have won 100 stickers for your honesty.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, Nathaniel Peterson, congrats. So we're going to be messaging you on Behance with info on how to get your stickers. But chat, if you did not win, you can go to stickermule.com/AdobeLive19 and you can get 10 free stickers, or 10 stickers for $1. It's basically free. Okay.
Basically.
For 100 pennies, you can get 10 free stickers.
Oh,
Very
that's
cool.
some good math.
Thank you. For a second, I was like, am I wrong? Oh my gosh.
No, I was impressed.
Yeah. So congrats, Nathaniel. Appreciate you. Anna says, I want more podcasts. Which are the best creative podcasts? Ooh. I love Creative Pep Talk. It's a good one, Anna. You should try it out.
I was listening this morning when I get ready. I listen to podcasts sometimes. I had 99% Invisible on.
Yes.
Just like, right, Oakland, the favorite hometown heroes.
Wait, is that nope, not Roman Mars.
I think
Is it?
maybe.
Potentially.
Maybe. That name makes sense.
Very cool. I love that. Let's see. Jonathan likes electronic music podcasts.
There's so much content out there.
Yes.
Which is great and also overwhelming.
Design Matters, that's a good one.
Yeah. Wait, is that Debbie Millman's?
I think so. Yeah. True crime podcast. Me too, Blanca.
Oh,
Me too.
isn't it funny that like true crime is now the thing? I mean, I'm obsessed with it, and then I realized, oh, that's like also like what my mom and her friends watched when I was little. So like that unifies the generations. We're all addicted to true crime.
It's inevitable. We are our mothers. Jimmy likes my brother and me. Jimmy, slap me some skin. That's my favorite podcast. So good. Sword and Scale. Oh no, David, that one's so scary. Don't listen to that one.
No scary podcasts for you?
It's just a very, very violent true crime podcast.
Oh.
It's a little intense. Huxel says, I write electronic music. Ooh. What does that entail, Huxel? How do you write it? Very interested. Tim, don't mock me. He's making fun of me for what I said yesterday about how podcasters get free money by uploading it on YouTube. It's a podcast. Yep. People are saying that this is very Lady Gaga style.
Oh. I can see that.
Very poker face, like taking it back to 2010, 2008.
Oh gosh, I don't even know. Let's get some shapes too. And again, this whole day is basically to upset anyone with a hand phobia, because I found out there are people like that. So this whole project is dedicated to you.
There's a people that we know.
It might be a common thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Does anyone else have a hand phobia on this? You probably wouldn't be on the stream this long, but
that's true. Do you have any weird phobias?
I have like really boring phobias, like heights, you know? Which I guess is funny because I'm very tall. I don't know if you can see by me seated, but I'm 6'5".
Yep, it's pretty tall. Okay, so heights, is that it?
Heights and small spaces. It's like the opposite, right? Like being very high or being very like enclosed are my phobias.
I don't like being enclosed either. I get a little claustrophobic as well. I don't like big waves, like tidal waves.
Ooh.
Or just at the ocean, like
does
big
thinking
waves.
of the ocean in general like freak you out?
No, I mean I love the ocean, but I think I just have some memories of being a little kid and like getting totally wiped out by waves as I was playing. So it's never really left me.
Sometimes when I think about like how big the ocean is, I get scared. So I can't think about it while I'm at the ocean.
Yeah, you gotta respect the ocean, man. Don't turn your back on it. It'll mess you up. Claire says that Claire's eyes are Claire's phobia. Is that right, Claire?
Eyes.
Am I reading that right? You have 2 of them, though. I'm assuming.
I mean, we also got 2 hands, though. So.
True. Yeah, SB says, feel free to open your hearts and ears. This is a safe place for your phobias. I have that phobia of like holes and things, like repetitive holes.
Really?
Have you heard of that one?
No, I didn't know that's a thing. But I'm obsessed. I like this.
I think it's called trypophobia. It's like, don't show my screen, please. It's like this kind of stuff.
So that scares you?
It like makes me feel nauseous.
Wow.
I do not
People
like.
are so interesting. I love our brains.
And I've always felt that way, and like I didn't know that it was. I thought I was just weird.
That there was a community of other people that also felt that way.
Yeah, it's like ASMR. Like I'm sure a lot of people are like, I love how this thing sounds. Makes me feel good. And now it's like a big thing.
ASMR is, I'm not going to say I listen to a lot of Bob Ross, but I listen to a lot of Bob Ross.
That's a good kind of ASMR. I like that.
It's like classic, right?
Yeah, it's wholesome for sure. I dig that.
Just Bob Ross talking slowly and like bringing in a pet squirrel to, to talk, to hang out with him while he paints. Life can't get any better.
I wonder if he's like the Ratatouille storyline where the squirrel just is in his afro and it's actually controlling him the whole time.
That you just made the best fan fiction ever.
Alternate universe or the actual universe? Who knows? What's up, Kita? Good to see ya. Ooh, if anyone wants to go check out Zhao's portfolio, check it out. They did start streaming Bob Ross episodes. Oh, every weekend? I thought it was always on Mondays, Tim. That's pretty cool.
Where's that?
I know they do it on Twitch, or at least they used to. Lindsay says the sounds of people eating is like the worst thing that she can think of.
Oh yeah, I might be with you there.
Check it out, Kita. I like this composition you're making.
It's just about making some weird angles, I think. Not really planned out, but
no, it's intuitive.
Some fun overlaps.
Yeah.
I still feel like this is a giant sea creature.
It is.
That's where I'm trying to push it. And I don't know why it's attacking shapes, but
Are they attacking?
I feel like it's throwing them or grabbing them, maybe.
Oh, okay. It's like eating them, devouring.
Yeah, maybe I need another one.
Oh yeah, Tim, mukbangs are like your worst nightmare if you don't like the sound of eating, because that's all they are. Oh man, what is this world that we live in?
It's complicated.
It is complicated. There's a lot of things going on. Okay, F says Bob Ross is still on Twitch. Good to know.
Nice.
Forevermore. So let's see, we've got our portfolio reviews in about 50 minutes. So that's gonna be awesome. If you're still polishing your portfolios, no worries. You got, like I said, 50 minutes to get those uploaded and sent over to us, and then we're gonna pick 2 to look through. It's gonna be great. I'm excited. And maybe when we get to a good pausing point on this, we can check out your portfolio again.
That sounds fun.
Just maybe talk about some different projects that we didn't talk about yesterday.
Yeah, great.
Woo woo. Aaliyah says, nice. Nice work, John. Huxell's asking me, do I listen to electronic music? Not really, like casually, but sometimes.
We're in like that stage where everything is influenced by electronic music though, right? All pop music is like pseudo-electronic now.
Yeah, exactly. I like video game soundtracks, especially the Undertale one I'm really digging right now, and that's kind of electronic. I don't know if that's like 8-bit or chiptune.
Chiptune, is that what it's called?
That's kind of like what that, like...
That's cool.
Yeah, a video gamey, retro, beep boop noise. But yeah, that's a good one. Are you a video game player?
I used to be.
Yeah?
And I think I just don't have as much time and kind of stopped. But I was a very big Nintendo person.
Ooh.
Probably up through GameCube, and then Wii was around, and I was aware of it, but wasn't
Weren't we all?
as committed.
Yeah.
And now, you know, casually we'll get excited about things, but don't really play like I used to play.
I went through a very long time of that as well, and then I've like slowly started to pick up very low commitment games. Like I'll pick up like a Nintendo DS game or like a Switch game or a little tiny like PC game. And then I'm like, okay, there's no pressure for me to like spend hours on this, but it's really fun.
I like calling them low commitment.
Low commitment.
Low commitment games.
Does not expect much from me. Huxel says I should check out Malman. Is that chiptune? I will check it out. Michael Crabtree says I love chiptune and electronic. Nice, Michael. Gabrielle says Super Mario Bros. For the Wii is the best. Gabrielle, I remember playing that on the Wii. It's very frustrating with that specific controller, I find.
The Wii controller? I think the last Super Mario I played was the 3D one for the DS.
Oh, cool.
And it was quite good. I mean, they're all solid.
Yeah, same idea. Very good.
I love the idea of a frame, so I just put one in to see what I can do with layering. Because maybe there's like a foreground, background. I think I was inspired by some of the challenges this week. There were a lot of like cool dimensional stuff.
Yes.
So let's maybe try some of that.
Cool. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the secret Woo box, because I think I know some of the pieces you're talking about. Let me see if I can find it in my archives. Oh, so Super Mario Bros. Was fun if it was multiplayer? All right, Gabrielle, I believe you. I trust your opinion. Maybe. What's up, Munir? Long time no see. How you doing? It's always nice to see your name in chat. Oh, yes, I found it. Okay. So I know the person who won the challenge on day 1, I think, was Joshua, and they had that nice frame, and then there's like this little piece of hair that's coming on top, but then the text is going over top. Very cool. So many good submissions. I didn't get to see a lot of these. Check it out, chat.
Oh my gosh.
His true identity is revealed.
That's so good.
Amazing. That's a very high quality photo of Paul you found. It's like HD. Me, oh my. Nice job.
So, yeah, because then we got this guy going in front of the frame, this guy going in back.
Yeah.
And when I do these, to make the in front and back, I have 2 masks on it. So I have like the regular mask, which is masking the shape itself, and then I put that in a folder with a second mask of the frame, so I can move this, keep this masked object, and then move it in and out of that little frame one. So I might end up double masking a lot of these objects to do this.
You can layer your masks and layer your masks. Layer your layer masks.
Because if you do all this on one, which if I was moving super fast and not thinking I might do, and then you want to move it, it's like, oh, I gotta remask the whole thing.
Dang it.
Be smart about your smart masks.
Yeah, gotta outsmart the smartest program.
Outsmart the smart masks.
Oh man, people are loving that Paul composite. I know. Crazy. Paul the symbiote.
Has Paul responded to that?
Potentially. He's released a press release.
Did he seed that image out there? Was this an intentional thing?
Oh, could be.
It's a secret campaign.
The tea spilled. That's awesome. Oh, Kita was saying that she's a movie soundtrack connoisseur. Those are really good to listen to when you're working because they're usually very epic and like emotional, but no words usually. It's nice.
Gets you feeling like you're really creating something.
Yep, that matters.
Yeah, you're changing the world.
It's awesome. Oh yeah, good point, Tim. So the kind of theme of the portfolios that we're going to be picking are going to be heavy on the compositing and image-centric like graphic design field. So if you fall within those categories, either compositing or very photographic graphic design, then go ahead and submit your portfolio because it has a, we'd love to see it. Looking forward to it. And like I said earlier, this little countdown timer tells you how much time we have left until we're gonna start looking at them. It's cool because John's portfolio has like secret compositing in it. It's not like very obvious, but there's some optical illusion stuff happening. He's been making composites.
I love the phrase secret compositing.
Secret compositing. Oh yeah, Robbie, you could work while listening to Lord of the Rings soundtracks. That would be very epic.
I want to see the work that's created. I like give people different soundtracks and then see what they make based on the same prompt. It might relate to the epicness of what you're listening to.
Yeah, so true. Madison says ballets are good for the epic story aspect.
Ooh.
I see, I see.
Trying to get some good weird angles. And I think these black images are when the flash didn't work. I was like, what are they?
What happened in there?
Am I not loading it right?
Oh, that one's cool.
Contrasting angles I'm trying to bring in, so maybe that works. I don't know. Let's try it.
It looks very precarious. Like that prism's about to get dropped. Or
Yeah.
it's about to get crushed.
Crushed.
Crush it.
Do I like that more? Maybe I do.
Oh yeah, because it kind of leads the eye back in.
Yeah.
We could try it.
Yeah, let's do
We
it.
have the time. And I want to watch you this time and see how you are compositing this. Oh. Perfect size. Oh, Huxel, your artwork is for your music. I did not know that. That's cool.
That's very cool.
He said he started his Behance account so he could start sharing his artwork for the music. In chat, I want to hear your origin stories for Behance. What brought you here? Why'd you start uploading? I started uploading because I had to at school. They're like part of the assignment. You have to make a Behance portfolio
Really?
or profile. Yep.
That's great.
And I still have it since 2014, I think. Nice.
I don't know. What does everyone think? Are there one of these hands you guys like more? We have this one. And that one. I want to be like we're in the doctor, like the eye doctor's office. A or B?
All right, A again.
A.
A.
Or B?
Oh, my right eye is really blurry. Probably B then. Yikes. Yeah, let us know. You like A or B, chat? A's in the chat. B's in the chat. B's in the chat.
Cue the sound.
Yes.
Let's do it. Hit the track. Do we have the rights to that?
I don't think so. Did you know that the chat is delayed for us?
No, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah, so now they're finally answering. We've got a bunch of A's.
We got a lot of A's.
Oh, a B. Of course, Nathaniel Peterson is the dissenting opinion. Oh, 3 B's, 4 B's, 5 B's. I think we're on B. We're in B territory.
Is that this one? I think.
That was the top one. B's. B, dude.
B, dude.
B, my dude.
Oh, jeez, I forgot what A and B was now.
My eye was too blurry. I don't remember either.
I think this was B? This one?
How many options do we have?
It was just the 2.
Oh, okay, so B was the top one. And like in your layer ordering?
Oh, so it was here.
I think so.
All right, chat. This is B, and if not, send a whole bunch of no's through.
Yes.
in the delay we get, we'll get them at some point.
Oh my gosh, we're
But we're gonna leave this for now.
Oh man.
I'm just having too much fun to remember what I said.
Yeah. It's fun to be interactive. Norvell says that they had to make a Behance for school, but they kept it to upload and communicate more with other designers. Hey, and look what you're doing now, Norvell. That's what you're doing. That's great. Blanca, the link for Sticker Mule is stickermule.com/Adobe Live 19. People are saying yes and no. Okay, we'll just call this B.
I like Eric just said, that is B. That's very clear. That made me feel good.
Somebody listen to me. Kita says you. There is no option you, Kita, unless you have it. Send it over. I would love to see all of your selfies, chat, holding up your hands like gloves, and then we can make a giant hand composite.
Oh my gosh, I love that idea.
And then we'll send it to our friend who hates hands. It's not a nice thing to do. Let's torment our friend.
No. Maybe.
No. Ooh, a little overlap.
Yeah, I think maybe we can get back of it too, and the front not too, and then I'll move this guy up here.
Yes, let's break that frame. Break that frame.
Yeah. This is just like the little balls yesterday, where I could be placing these shapes for 2 hours just to see which ones feel right next to each other. It's kind of a theme, I guess, of my work is small compositional thoughts.
You just like to have fun, okay?
Yeah, I'm a cool mom.
I'm a cool mom, totally. Kita says that she joined Behance because of the Adobe XD Daily Creative Challenge. Nice.
That's really awesome to hear.
Yeah, so that's going on right now. At least one of them is. And then on April 1st, we're going to be starting another Photoshop one, which is very exciting. Love that. If you want to learn some Photoshop basics, make sure you keep an eye out for those. Keep an ear open for those.
Whoa, wrong. What am I hitting? Oh my gosh, I'm on the wrong layer.
Classic.
Gosh,
Photoshop.
guys, just losing my place.
Kita, no, it is not an April Fool's joke. I promise. I've seen the schedule. It's real. Nice. So you got some forced perspective there with something going behind and in front.
And then maybe we'll have one tiny one in the front there.
Cool. Make an odd number. David says, I joined Behance so I could be able to chat with the stream. Awesome, David. Thanks for doing that. It's super quick, right? Making an Adobe ID. It's free. It's simple. Tim says that he joined Behance for Adobe Live. Thanks, Tim. Glad to have you here. Larissa says, I joined Behance to show my stuff and get a job.
Good reason.
Yes. Yeah, Larissa, how do you go about networking on Behance? Do you follow people? Do you message people? Do you just use it as your portfolio that you send people? There is a really awesome jobs tab. I'm sure you've noticed it since it's pretty right next to the Create a Project button, but at the top of Behance, there's a jobs tab and you can just search stuff. That's how I got my internship at Adobe. Just applied and it happened.
That's really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's so many great things with Behance. I know, like when I was, both of the schools I went to, both had, you know, pages on there and student work can get shown, and there's just like a lot of great opportunities that can spiral from each other.
Yep.
I know AIGA has a page.
Yep.
So much good stuff.
Yeah, I see on your profile you have the Pratt badge and the AIGA badge.
Collect those badges.
You got a lot of them. I'm impressed.
It's pretty fun.
That's really cool. I feel like it's a very coveted thing on Behance.
Oh, I remember my first one. I got so excited. It's like, there's a thing on there now.
I didn't do it. They did it.
And the graphic design one's gold. It's a different color.
Yep. Nice. Yeah. The team that curates has a pretty good eye.
Yeah, they're very good. It's also so great to look at those as like inspiration boards.
They've kind of been vetted. It's very nice. Nathaniel says, you're so lucky. I would love to work for or with Adobe. John, how has your experience been so far?
It has been awesome. Oh my gosh, I'm not just saying that because you're right here, but you're a big part of it.
Thanks, John.
Yeah, everyone has been so really welcoming and hyper talented and super nice. I mean, I can't say enough good things. It's a cool space, cool
Glad
people.
to hear it. Pretty good food. Looking forward to
Yeah.
lunch after this.
Oh yeah, the cafeteria here is very good.
Yum, 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 yum. Got those Impossible burgers. You might have another one.
Like incentive if you ever see a job posting,
Yeah.
cafeteria is good, so apply.
Just for that yummy food. Although if you get an internship, then the food's free. So you might want to be an intern instead.
You do.
I miss that.
I
Miss
never
those
got any
days.
free food on my internships, I'll tell you that.
Darn. So when you were in school, were internships a big thing for you? Was that a big focus?
So I actually, I think decided that I wanted to be focusing in design a little later. I was studying illustration first.
Yes.
And I mean, learned a lot of great things that I'm super happy about, but didn't really know what I was doing for
Yeah.
a long time. And if I could go back in time and talk to myself, it would be to try and get internships earlier and get experience earlier, because that's how you figure stuff out.
Yeah.
And I think I was too afraid in the beginning.
Yeah.
And so I didn't do as many as I should have. When I went back to school, I went to grad school at Pratt, and I worked so much because I was like, I'm gonna make up for lost time.
Yes.
Like I remember the first week, I was like, all right, so where can I be working like part-time? What can I be doing? Where can I get my resume to?
Yeah, that's good. I think that's so important. A lot of students either kind of feel like, well, why would I want to work like I'm at school? Or they, like you said, are too scared, like they're not good enough. But I totally agree. Like, try and get internships as early as possible, because that's where you learn so much stuff.
And also, you know, if you're a student, people know you're a student. So like I feel like I was always comparing myself to like working professionals and like, well, I can't do that. I can't do that. It's like, no, you can't yet, but you will. And the only way to do that is to try.
Yep.
So don't worry so much.
Seriously. And like, if you're worried about someone saying, no, you don't have the job, like that's the worst that's going to happen is someone just say no. And you're like, okay, I'll send my resume somewhere else.
Absolutely.
It's all good.
I know there's like so many horror stories about, you know, working designers, like you make it feel like it's going to be so scary, and you know, the creative director who yells and keeps you up all night. I've rarely experienced that. The vast majority of people, at least in the industry that I'm in, are super kind and want to just like work with talented people and help you get somewhere great.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't be afraid.
The end. And if that's the type of environment you get put into with a team that you don't really fit in with, then like you don't have to stay there.
You can leave, yeah.
Yeah, that's not how it all is. Like, find a place that works well for you.
That's actually very true and funny. It just leave. It's
Not
totally
the end of the
fine.
world. Yeah. We got Kevin Lee in the chat, one of our previous best friends here at Adobe Live, a guest, a host. What else can Kevin Lee do? The very fashionable fashionista? How you doing, Kevin? Give us the rundown. Norvell says that was your origin story that you just shared.
Still in the superhero theme. I like thinking of it as that.
Yeah. Jordan says, I could never get an internship while in college since I didn't have the means of transportation and was too poor to afford the bus or cab. Dang.
That's real.
It's frustrating.
And yeah, that can be a real challenge.
It would be great if the future employer would be willing to pay for your transportation, at least like a bus pass.
Absolutely.
Dang.
And I know a lot of, you know, there's still a lot of unpaid internships, and some people need to be making money, and that's also a real thing. There's definitely some legitimate challenges.
Yeah.
That can make things difficult.
Yeah, definitely. Kevin says the most important thing is that you went and made an effort when you tried. The worst thing you can hear is no to an internship.
Absolutely. I did a lot of, when I graduated, I kind of had an illustration portfolio, kind of a design portfolio. It was in between. And I would do a lot of interviews, and some of them were just like informational, where if there was no position open, I was like, hey, can I at least come in and talk to you and show you my stuff? And I don't think anyone said no to that. Everyone that had the time let me come in and talk to them, and that was really helpful for me, but also like got my face out there, and they recognized me, and you know, you go to an AIGA event, or you go to whatever, and slowly make connections.
Yeah, connections are huge, for sure. I'd hate to say that like they don't mean anything, but if you know someone at a certain place that you want to work, that's always a helpful thing. And the only way you can do that is to, like you said, go out to events, meet people, ask questions, don't be scared. People are usually pretty nice.
The vast majority.
And if they're not, you send them to us,
Ha!
and we'll tell them, you be nice.
The vast majority are also super busy, so if you don't hear
Yeah.
back, it doesn't mean anything about you. It probably just means that they haven't checked their email in 3 weeks. So don't let that discourage you, because that also happens.
Yep.
I make a really serious effort to respond to emails like that, because I remember sending them, but there are definitely times where I'll find one and it was sent weeks ago and I feel so bad.
Yeah. Like, oh no, what have I done?
Like, so sorry.
Yeah. SB says, hey all, I'm a new kid. What's up, SB?
Hey.
You're not the new kid anymore. You're part of the pack. Welcome. Oh, Alexandru, that's a great question. How do you have a portfolio if you don't have a job? It's possible.
Yeah, I mean, self-initiated projects and school projects are portfolio worthy.
Yeah, you have to make a portfolio if you don't have one.
Yeah, I mean, school projects are great and want to be seen, and if you're in school, that's what an employer expects to see from you. But then also, like, don't be afraid to make something up and just do it. Give yourself a brief, and then hold yourself to whatever that brief is, you know?
Yeah, totally. That's what the internet is great for, and like online communities. There are so many challenges that you can do. That's what the daily creative challenges are great for. That's 9 challenges, 1 a day that you can build upon to make a portfolio piece. Yeah. Or if you see a piece that you really like and you're inspired by, like, make something inspired by it.
Yeah,
Do your own twist.
I've seen a lot of great portfolios where it's like, it'll be a client or a company, and the beginning of it is, I thought it would be interesting to try and fix this problem, or I wanted to rebrand this like this, and you just kind of explain what you're doing and why you're doing it, and it doesn't have to be real, just treat it like it's real.
Yeah, it's real if it's real to you.
And a lot of design blogs will even, like working designers who have real portfolios will do that for fun sometimes too, and I've seen people repost cool rebrands that are not real at all, but they're just interesting to kind of see as a thought experiment, and people are into it.
Yep, you show how you think, you show how you solve problems, you show how you design. It's very cool. Kita says that they're using the challenge to build the portfolio. That's awesome.
That's great.
That's the goal. I know, like, it's difficult because it's one challenge every single day and you don't have a lot of time to polish, but then you can take time after the challenge to polish things, include the things that you want to include, tell your story. It's great.
Yeah, I think working fast is actually, you learn so much from doing it. But then, yeah, take it and polish it afterwards.
Yep.
I mean, I've even talked about, that's what I'm going to do with a lot of these images too, because
Right.
it's like we can do the rough stuff here, but it takes longer than the time we have, and that's okay.
Yeah, that's one of my like design flaws, is that I think I work too quickly and like don't polish enough. So I really need to go back, polish up some projects, be a real designer, not just rush through everything.
You are a real designer.
Oh, I have the badge, real designer.
You are a real designer. But I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, totally. What's up, Mohammed? Good to see ya. Chat, if you have any other questions about like getting started in the industry, portfolios.
Sounds so serious.
I know. Feel free to ask, because John is a working designer.
Yeah.
Very serious, very important person.
Wish I had a tie. I would like readjust it when you said that.
Nice. So yeah, feel free to ask.
This composition's feeling kind of fun.
Yeah. It's like, and it gets airier at the top.
Yeah, I was, there's a lot of this red, and I was worried it felt like too much red, but I want to tweak that and the background to be a similar color. So I think it'll ground, because the blue will be the more contrasty one. Right now the red is contrasting more because the background's cool too.
Right.
But when we flip that, I think it's gonna feel right.
Nice.
Hopefully. Theoretically.
Theoretically. Very true. Damien, yes, there are Photoshop challenges as well as the XD ones. So there's going to be another Photoshop one on April 1st, or you can go back and watch the previous ones. Ooh, Kita wants to know, John, how did you land your first job?
Yeah, great question.
So long ago.
Yeah, I already told you that I had like a weird hybrid kind of design portfolio. And I think what like old people call gumption was what got me my first job.
You got a lot of gumption, John.
Yeah, I basically like went out with a book that had a lot of self-initiated design projects, some illustration projects, and interviewed just a lot of places because my book wasn't in a point where it was, you know, hyper competitive. It showed a lot of, I think, thought and rough skills, but it wasn't as polished. So I had like 3 months, 4 months where I was just interviewing a lot and doing some like little freelance things here and there. And then finally I just found a digital agency that saw some value in it and thought I could do something. And I landed my first job. And then that was kind of where I proved myself and learned so much. In the first like year, 2 years, I learned so much and my whole portfolio changed from being there. But yeah, they saw something in me and I, you know, appreciate it, but it took a while to get there.
Yeah, that can be really discouraging. Like if you have your first interview and it doesn't lead anywhere and you think, well, this is how they're all gonna go.
Yeah.
But it's not. Like the interview people, the team members aren't gonna all see the same thing. They might not all be looking for the same things.
Absolutely. Well, even for people who are like working, what is it, like 3 months is the average job search? It can be a while and you're gonna talk to a lot of people.
Yep.
I know I had a point where it's like every day I'll call this many people or I'll email this many people and I had a schedule and that just kind of kept me from overthinking because it's like every day I have a list of stuff to do. I will wake up, I will do that list and then see where I am after that.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there's definitely been periods of my life where I've been like interviewing places and not hearing anything and then just kind of twiddling my thumbs trying to figure things out. It can be scary.
Absolutely. The hardest one's always the first because then you have, you know, references and experiences to build off of, so you just got to get that first one to work.
Yep. Any tips for choosing or creating cover photos for Behance projects? Ooh, how do you choose yours?
That's a really good question.
They do a great job of giving you a sneak peek into the project.
Yeah, do you have mine pulled up? Actually,
yeah.
We could talk about some of it
I
maybe.
do. Let's do it. Perfect segue.
Yeah.
Thanks, Madison.
I think I change mine all the time, which is really nice about Behance. I'll go in and like fiddle with stuff, and it's kind of like iterative design in Behance, where I'll leave it up for a while, see how it does, take it back down. I like to think about pacing and negative space, so especially on the top, which are like the projects that I'm showing on my website. Maybe not so much the actual Behance page as much as my website, but try and have like a full bleed image next to something with negative space and like some textural stuff and some graphic stuff. Those first four next to each other are very intentionally placed where, you know, there's two like photos, there's two graphic things, there's negative space, there's a color palette you're thinking of.
Yes.
And then also, it should be sexy and make you want to click on it. You know, there should be some intrigue.
Yep.
So that poster rip isn't the most like, it doesn't explain the project, but it feels intriguing and different. So hopefully it makes you want to click on it.
Yeah, I love how there's like hands and these two diagonal ones, and these ones have the negative space around like the subject. It's very nice. I think you're a great example actually of intentional thumbnailing.
Thanks. It's also, if you've seen the way I fiddle with my Photoshop files, I fiddle with my portfolio the same way, where I'll spend a couple days thinking about it and changing it and then going back. And
you should. Like,
you know,
so many
take
people,
your time.
Yeah, people will just throw their work up there and just be like, there it is. It's like,
well, and that's what's so great about the Adobe Portfolio site too, is that you can push through updates so fast and so easy. Back in the day before, you know, way back in the day when people were like coding sites themselves, it just takes so long. And I care more about what images are there and there are little changes that I want to make quick and get reactions to. So
yep, definitely. Very cool. So if you're still working on your portfolios, people, you got about 20 minutes, 19 minutes to get those over to us and submitted. We're going to be looking at two portfolios, specifically portfolios that are kind of similar to what we've been working on for the last week. So a lot of compositing or some very photographic graphic design. If you fall into those categories, I would highly recommend that you send over your work that we can look at. What's up, Dee? Good to see you. Justin is wondering, have you ever been the victim of plagiarism in your design career? Has anyone ever said that your work was their work?
I don't think so. I think that it's always a good thing to think about, though, because even if you're not plagiarizing, there's so much stuff out there that you may have seen something that then makes its way back into your portfolio, and sometimes that's okay, and sometimes it might be too close to something that exists.
Yeah.
And that I think the more stuff we have online, the more you can be exposed to, the trickier that gets, and you always have to be thinking about it when you're making work. You can draw inspiration from stuff, you can, follow a design aesthetic, but you shouldn't be ripping someone off directly.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's ever really happened to me either. Like, I've had people take my work and like post it on social without giving credit, but not really like claiming that they made it. And it's just as simple as being like, hey, don't do that.
I have a good friend who was, I don't know which design competition it was, but he was doing some design competition, and he got notes back from the judges, and one of them thought he plagiarized himself because of the way he wrote the description, and it wasn't because he pulled his description of the photos he was doing from a website, like from a post about his work, and so it was all in the third person, and the judge wrote some weird thing about how, I can't believe you submitted someone else's work, and just like he didn't get through to the next round.
Oh my gosh.
Which is the opposite of what you're talking about.
Oh no.
Which I felt very bad about, but
humans are humans. We make mistakes.
Absolutely.
That stinks for your friend, though. Oh my gosh. Frustrating. Oh, Justin was wondering because he just had it happen to him.
Oh, that's terrible. And
Yeah,
I super empathize with you, and I'm so sorry. Yeah, how did you resolve it? Did you get a resolution?
Yeah.
Did you reach out to the person?
Let me know how it's going. One of the biggest pet peeves I have is following these awesome designers and illustrators and then seeing big corporations like totally just rip them off.
That happens.
Yeah, and then they'll like try and do something about it and get legal with them, and the corporations basically say like, you're not gonna win.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm never shopping at this place and this place and this place and this place ever again.
I mean, that's a big advertising thing in general, I think, is that advertising is, referencing culture once it gets to a certain tipping point. So oftentimes there's designers that have made it and then it gets borrowed. In the best case scenario, if you work at an advertising agency and you're coming up with those ideas, which hopefully you guys will be, as you keep growing your careers, try and give credit to the people that make it, you know? Rather than copying an aesthetic, hire that person to come in.
Hire them, yeah. Like, no one else is gonna make it as good as they are. There you go.
And I mean, you see so many, Jessica Hish and a lot of these other designers that work online get hired by these big brands to almost be like celebrity design ambassadors. And that's so much cooler than just ripping someone off.
Yeah, and like, that's much more authentic, which is what people care about now.
That's a word that we care a lot about.
So it's like, just do the real thing. Just do it.
Yeah.
We can sniff it out. We're gonna smell the blood. It's crazy. Okay, Justin says that they asked him to please remove it and to be cool about not claiming others people's work as their own. There you go. Simple and clean. Aaliyah, you're finishing your portfolio. Cool, get that submitted. We want to see it. Aaliyah wants it to be so good. Don't worry, Aaliyah. Just keep doing your best. I'm glad that you want it to be good, but don't let it paralyze you.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Don't let it paralyze you.
Did we learn that at CCAD
Maybe,
or something?
but it's a thing that I feel all the time. Actually, just doing this live tutorial is like a big deal for me because I used to, when I was younger, be so paralyzed about not being perfect. And like, live design is not being perfect. It's about showing the imperfections that get you there. And this would have scared me to death when I was younger.
And now you're just kind of scared to death.
Now I'm just slightly scared.
You scared me half to death. No, it's super cool, and we like to see your problem solving and like when things do happen, like how do we navigate? That's what makes you a strong designer.
That's where design really is, right? Like, it's not finished product. It's process.
Yes. Trust it. Trust the process. So cool. Chat.
Oh, now I don't know if I like that. There's so many things here.
A or B? A or B?
Yeah, A. 1 or 2?
Ooh.
1 or 2?
Oh mon dieu.
So many things.
So we had
do.
a like navy blue background. We
Yeah,
have a purple
we have
background.
purple background. What's everyone feeling for this? Maybe I'll just like do a fun gradient for a while.
Yeah.
Because I think we could pop that blue and red to be kind of anything.
Yeah.
And the silver's so beautiful.
I know.
Contrasted with the color.
What do we think, chat?
I'm gonna wait for some requests to come through.
Yes. Okay, Keita says purple again.
Purple again. Okay. I'm a little nervous about doing 2 with the same color.
Yeah.
Since we only have 3.
That's true. It's true.
But I do like the purple.
Oh, Tim says yellow. Keep it Bauhaus. It kind of does have that like extraterrestrial feel too. Little
Yeah, it
alien.
does.
Oh. Madison said the teal is great.
Teal.
Burps. Greenish blue.
Kind of nice in that area.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what it's gonna be.
And that harkens back to like the sea monster.
Yeah. Ooh. Okay. You sold me on it. You sold me on it. Concept is king.
Yay. True. True. Oh, Kirsten says that you could add a gradient to the inner rectangle. That's
Ooh, I
true.
like that.
Like a very slight one. Be interesting.
I like this hand in the front. I want it to be silhouetted.
Silhouetted a little more. Hello, Christian from Ecuador. Good to see you.
Gosh, we get so many interesting places joining in this group chat.
Totally.
How wonderful.
Yeah, I want to see who is the furthest away from us. So we're in San Francisco. Do we have anyone totally around the globe from us right now? No, we have many, many Europeans. Devednya is from India. Cool. Awesome. It must be like
far.
super late for you. What time is it? Oh my gosh. Thanks for joining in. Awesome.
Oops.
Damien says that the teal is really nice with the red. It's a good color combo.
Yeah, I'm digging the teal a lot.
Tim says, look behind you. Sea monster. Eek. Yay.
Dun 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 dun.
I feel like there's something tickling my head. Glenna says Philadelphia. That's pretty far.
Oh yeah.
Canada, nice. Another India, Egypt, Mars. Okay, officially far.
I don't know if I buy that, but I appreciate it.
Istanbul, very cool. Munir, did you say that you just moved there? That's really cool. How did your move go, or how is your move going? Devednya says it's 1 a.m. in India. Wow.
Whoa, you are a designer. Up so late.
If that's what makes you a designer, then I am not a designer.
Are you not staying up that late?
Oh my gosh, no.
Wow.
I love sleep. I love bedtime.
How well adjusted are you?
I have to be, or else you would be insane, I think.
I mean, I like a healthy, well-adjusted designer sleep time.
Yes. Gotta read before bed, go to sleep at a nice time, wake up early, get the day started. Such an adult.
Such an adult.
It hurts.
We made it. We did it.
Yay! You really did do it though with this design. It's really getting there.
Oh, I meant about your bedtime.
Yeah, but
I was worried we weren't gonna have time to get this far in, but it's not that bad.
look what you've done. What have you done?
I wonder what this looks like in the social stuff. It's definitely not done, but let's just like look at it in
Cool.
the tall one.
Yeah, let's bring it all together. Ooh, Junaid is in Pakistan. It is 12:20 a.m. Jeez Louise.
Wow.
Madison says reading before bed always gets me in trouble because you stay up too late. Is that it?
So tall Instagram's 1080 by 1320.
Perfect.
Which means this is probably gonna need to be adjusted. But maybe not that much.
Oh, and you introduce a little bit of that bottom frame. That's nice.
Yeah, maybe we can keep it. Let's try.
Tiago, what's up? Good to see ya. I love it. I love all of this polygonal lasso tool happening this week. It's so good.
Boom, boom, boom.
Got Eduardo from Brazil. Awesome.
Maybe it's just the top like that.
Yeah.
Because then we can keep editing this. And wait, is this linked as external or internal?
Ooh.
Let's try again.
Okay. Cool.
I don't want to embed it. I want to link it so that it'll still update as we keep working on it.
There you go. It's a
And
beautiful
here-
thing. Dun, dun, dun. Brian says that he knows these are sized for social, but you do have nice space for copy or for posters. And that
Yeah.
is intentional, Brian.
Yeah, absolutely. I think social was the starting point, but I'd love to make these much more than that. And so this is hopefully something that if we had more than 3 days, we could blow it out into like a whole brand campaign.
Yeah, and maybe it will in the future. They might love it so much that they do it.
Yeah, I definitely will keep updating
Cool.
this project in my Behance.
We'll hold you to that.
See what that looks like.
Ooh.
See, that feels really nice.
Yes, it's perfect for that slightly tall. Oh my gosh.
Let's see.
Whoa.
All right, so it's externally linked. Is this gonna work? Did I do this right? Let's see.
Did you break it? or
Let's do
did you buy
something
it?
wild. I'll change it back because I think I like this
Okay.
3, but let's just try blue for now.
Okay.
Save that.
Saving 70%.
This would be really anticlimactic if it doesn't work. And then
Up.
is this update the link? Wait, how do I? It says it's there.
Yeah.
Oh no, how do I fix this link?
Must get closer to screen.
Double click. Yeah, get in so close.
What if you right click on it?
Is there a window links?
Oh,
Look at all this problem.
I know. Link layers? No. I know you can relink the file if you right click not on the thumbnail but out there, and you should be able to relink. Like relink file, I see it in like the 4th one, but then you have to choose it again.
Ah, I thought it would just be updating.
Got broke to broke.
Well,
Shoot.
I mean, it at least relinked both of them at once.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Well,
Well.
could have been easier, could have been worse.
Now you know. Now you know, chat.
Not a
Eric.
complete loss.
Yeah, that's true. Eric, I heard you did just quit your job and you're pursuing your own design firm now. That is awesome.
Congratulations.
Yes, Eric's been talking about that for a very long time.
That's a big step.
You earned it, Eric.
Living the dream.
Very cool. What's up, Ty Moore? What were you gonna say? Did
Oh, I
interrupt
don't
you?
know. What was I gonna say? I don't know. It's just like a stream
Just a little-
coming out.
Oop. Let's see. Huxel says I don't have to quit my job to do this. In fact, I don't have a job to quit from. Nice. All you got is your music and your awesome art for your music.
That's super cool.
Huxel makes cool work. It's 3D and kind of pastel-y. It's interesting. And I'm excited to see whatever portfolios we're going to review in about 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
Very cool. Eric, is it just a link to our Behance enough for the portfolio review? Yes. So you're going to post it over here. If you click portfolio review, there should be instructions over there on what you need to submit. Cool. Tim's got it. So we're going to be looking at a couple when we go up to space in about 4 minutes.
That's so exciting. Up to
Yes.
space is
Up
what
to
I wanted to
space.
hear.
And I'm going to make sure that we get up to space this time. Let's see. So I heard there were some space difficulties last stream. So hopefully we make it there. We're going to. We're the best astronauts.
This is, I kind of know what we're talking about, but not exactly, so I'm very excited right now.
You're like, uh-huh.
I'm like, we're gonna make it. What's
Are we
happening?
going to survive whatever's going to happen? Nathaniel says you guys need to wear the space helmets. Maybe that's what they did wrong last time.
They didn't wear the space helmets?
I thought they did.
There is no world in which I'm not wearing that space
That's
helmet.
why you came
That
to
is
San
the
Francisco.
only reason I flew here, is to wear that helmet.
Awesome. Click, click, click.
Click,
Love,
click,
love,
click,
love.
click, click.
Ooh, I'm getting a sneak peek at some of the portfolios we're going to be looking at. It's very cool stuff. And then if you are not chosen for this stream's portfolios, we have one more stream after this. So Paul's going to be back with Life of Avax, awesome compositor and artist.
She is so good.
Yeah, she makes some really whimsical, cool stuff. So make sure you submit again if you were not chosen and you have the time to come back and be around.
I think one of the best parts of this experience is before and after we record, when I'm watching the other artists today, because it's like they're so different and so interesting and such cool work.
Yeah, it's really a lot to soak up. I like rewatching the streams as well. You just gotta stay in the know. Oh, okay, Eric, so you're not to your design firm yet, but you did quit your graphic design job for a UX job. That's very cool. Shifting, pivoting, I love it.
Shifting, pivoting.
You shifted and pivoted. Illustration to graphic design.
Definitely. I think there's two types of design professionals: those that like know exactly the industry they want to do and they stay in it, and those that kind of jump around a lot. And there's no right or wrong answer.
Totally.
I've jumped around a lot in related things, but different things, because I think I get bored easily and I like new challenges.
Yeah, there you go.
But it makes me unique and valuable, and people who stay in the same industry also unique and valuable.
Yeah. Yeah, they say you can either become like a, more of a jack of all trades, or you can become like a
Specialist.
A specialist, that's the word, yeah.
Generalist or specialist type thing, yeah.
It's like, are you known for this and they know that you're the best to go to it for, or do you kind of know everything?
And the best thing is, like, no matter which one you go into, you'll probably end up working with everybody.
Yeah.
You'll work with someone who does the opposite, because the two of you together will be how projects get done.
Perfect. Yeah. Oh, Eric, okay, you won't pivot again. UX is your thing. That's
Nice.
awesome. I'm glad that you found out that about yourself. It's very, very cool. What's up, Jan Eric? Good to see ya. Love when you join. We're gonna be checking out these portfolios in just a minute. We're gonna go up to space. It's gonna be great. And then after we do the portfolio reviews, we're gonna go over everything John's done in the last 3 days, and then we will sign off. It'll be over.
Aww. Aww.
But then it'll be lunchtime.
That is gonna be lunchtime.
That's a good thing. It's a good thing.
Unless it's 1 a.m. and you're watching from your bedroom, I
Yeah.
assume, because I hope so. I hope that you're gonna go to sleep soon.
Yeah, right. Maybe we're lulling you to sleep with our very melodic voices.
Yeah, I don't think anyone has ever said that about my voice.
They did yesterday. You have a lovely voice.
Lovely, not soothing. Those are two different things.
Okay, okay. That's funny. Keto says, I honestly like doing my own projects. John, is there a way to get paid to do my own work?
Gosh, I've been trying to figure that out for a long time, so let's keep each other
Yeah.
updated.
Yep. I guess you need to get into like licensing or like selling merch with your work on it. Maybe fine arts.
I mean, ideally, if you can that's the nice thing about Behance or the internet in general, is that if you can do something specific and advertise it in the right way, hopefully someone will pay you to make it. Because there are designers that have like more of a style and are kind of more like in between artist and designer now. And I think it's just the internet is how they're found and how people pay them to do stuff. But you're still working for other people.
Totally. The best is when they say like, we want to do this project, just do what you do.
Yeah.
But like, we're going to put it on cups or something.
Yep.
That's pretty sweet. All right, I think it's time to go to space. Are you ready?
I'm so excited.
All right, we're gonna put our space helmets on. We're gonna go up to the Adobe Live Space Station in a minute, in a second. Here we go. Oh, and we're here.
Is this...
We made it. We got here really fast.
I have a big head.
I do too. I might just have to stay on unless it's, oh, I've got a little bit of a little little situation happening up here. All right, we're in the Adobe Live Space Station, if you can tell, and we have a beautiful portfolio open on our workstation behind us, and we're gonna beep boop right through it, give you some reviews, and let's jump into it. So here we go. Oh, seamless.
Yeah, that was
Seamless
good.
transition.
That was good.
Look.
And our hair looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
That's true. Look, we're professionals, okay? Leave us alone. We have Mohammed Saeed's portfolio from Egypt. Mohammed, are you here? I think I saw your name in chat earlier, but I think Mohammed is jumping into the more composite-y realm of things.
Nice.
But even before we jump into the projects, I want to just chat about what Mohammed has on his portfolio, like info-wise. So like, is there a way to contact him? Is there an email address? Those kind of things. Because we were talking yesterday about how art directors don't have a lot of time. So if you can have that information available quickly, that's great.
Yeah, absolutely. I like though that you have graphic designer and photo editor underneath there. It's good to describe yourself in a simple way that people can grasp. Okay, two skill sets, boom, boom, got them.
Yes, perfect. So I think that's a really great example. A lot of people have these really long bios, and while that's okay, this is like bite-sized, perfect. But get an email address or something on there.
Yeah, I want to click and see more or contact you.
Yeah, cool. So is there a project you want to jump into first?
I just first of all, seeing like graphic design, photo editor, I like that there's a mix of like image and type here.
Yeah.
We've got like, it seems like we're going back and forth with a couple different ones, which is nice. It is what you say you are.
Yes.
I don't know, let's maybe start the first one.
Yeah, this is very striking.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Fragile. So this seems like some photo manipulation. And you got some credit for where you got the image.
Nice.
Yay! Cool, so we have 3 different images. One with type. And then is this different from the first one? It's a different
crop maybe. Or a different, the break is over the face in a different spot.
What out of the 2 that are similar, do you prefer one of the compositions? This one versus this one?
I think I like the first one as a crop, but I definitely understand how the second and third relate to each other with the type.
Yep.
I think it's when you present work like this, a tiny bit of context would be helpful for the 2 that are similar if there's a reason you're showing both.
Yep, right.
Because they're both nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first thing I thought was, what's the difference with these 2? So maybe it's either like including one or explaining why in a simple way why you're including both.
Yeah, and Mohammed says that he's a beginner, so that's really cool to know, and that helps us frame our feedback as well. I think that you might not even need this version that says fragile on top of it. Like this, the image just with the manipulation, you get the feeling of fragile for sure.
I actually even like the word fragile typeset above it.
Me too.
I thought it was kind of nice having that little negative space moment and then boom, big image. There's nothing, I don't think there's anything wrong with having the comp with the type on it if that's something you really want here, but I maybe don't have the word twice.
Yes, that's true.
Because maybe if it wasn't at the top, then this moment would make a little bit more sense where I see it down there.
Yeah.
But I agree, I think I like it just as a photo manipulation.
Yeah, it's very, like, even this typeface mixed with the way that you've made these breaks in the glass, they kind of mimic each other.
And it's more fragile typeface than the other one. The other one I get that it's like, it's the break in the fragile thing, but I almost like the word being fragile at the top.
Very nice. Good job, Mohammed. All right, let's jump into another one. Anything else scream out to you?
Let's do a designy one.
Okay.
Are you drawn to the mafia or the pink?
Both. We could look at both.
Let's look at
pink.
both.
Okay. Well, I see some cool, especially in the thumbnail, some layering, like behind and in front. Very cool. Pink, the last rose of summer. Cool, there's that layering I was mentioning. Goes in front, goes behind. A mock-up.
I love a mock-up.
Yes. Oh, even the back cover.
Oh, nice.
Oh, and then even some copy.
Oh, see here the words add, I think, to what you're doing,
Yeah.
and it makes sense.
Yeah.
Um,
It's even slightly a mock-up here. I thought this was just words, but
That's
it's just
nice.
like a little.
That's a nice way to, because I think my initial reaction would be like, and then just put that as live type. But it's kind of nice to have that little moment at the end, and you
Yeah.
can still read it.
Little live thanks at the bottom. Cool.
I like so the type here, even though it says pink multiple times, you're doing different things graphically with
Yes.
it, and I like the pacing of it in the beginning, and then in that shape, and then on the mock-up. This, I'm okay with the repetition of it.
Yeah, cool. It tells a good story. I like the mock-up. It's very simple, and so is the design, so it matches. Yes, I am Kathleen. For those of you who don't know, that's my name. Cool. Do you think they need all of the mock-ups? Yes, there are two.
Yeah, maybe not. It's kind of nice seeing it open like that because you get the spine. So maybe that's the only one you need. I don't know, because we see it as a flat before. So we see the hero image there. So I'm not missing anything by having it further away in perspective.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. You might just need this one. And then you kind of tell the whole story of like the front, the whole book, and then the back. And then you're done.
Yeah.
Very nice. This is a clean little story you're telling, Mohammed. Nice job. Let's jump into Mafia.
Yeah, it looks very different than the other things.
Mafia poster.
Mafia poster.
Look at these bad dudes. Oh, cool. So you're going to show your process, perhaps?
Oh, I love seeing process stuff.
Nice. You got the texture there. Then the final piece.
Can we see it as like a,
Yeah.
as a scroll?
Oh, turning image into silhouette. Cool. You got a little bit of a description of what you're doing. Adding texture. I wonder how you added this texture.
Yeah.
It's a big jump just from like, here it is done, adding
It'd be
texture.
nice to see the texture if you're if we're gonna do like a process thing. I'd love to see the texture that you use.
I love the layering of the type with the imagery behind. A little call to action. I will appreciate it. I do like it.
Oh, that's so nice. It's very polite.
Yeah, I really do like it. Cool. I'm wondering why the figures got squished. Maybe it's because you
the
wanted to fit
stretchiness,
into
yeah.
the poster aspect.
I don't know. It almost looks like maybe you're mirroring the type because the type is really tall. But if that's a choice you're making, I'd love to have. That's like just as important as adding texture. And it's the only step that's like not even called out by a descriptor. So if you're gonna distort the image, then like you are here stretching it, and that's part of the process, I would call it out.
Yeah, especially since that's such a design choice. Like, I did this because of this. Very cool. I almost think it might be interesting to keep these guys in their normal, non-squished state and just have them at the bottom so that there's more of like a dynamic open space here. That could be cool too.
I think that might. I keep looking at the number of letters, the number of people, because they're right under each other, and I'm like, where's the eye?
Where's
And
our
maybe
eye
if there's
guy?
more negative space, I wouldn't try to make a direct correlation. Because
Yeah.
my brain keeps looking at that center, being like, where'd he go? What happened to him?
Oh, there is a
Deeper
bullet hole
story.
here, so who knows? Very nice, Mohammed. Really love seeing your project so far. I'm really impressed by the fact that you say you're a beginner.
Yeah.
This is really cool. Keep coming around. It's exciting to see your name here.
Yeah, thank you for sharing it.
All right, we are on to our next submission. This is Lucas Martin. Cool last name, Lucas.
Ooh,
From Argentina.
with a cover image.
Yeah, right? And it matches kind of the
Yeah,
feel.
I don't think I've seen cover images are newish, right? And I don't
yep.
think I've seen a lot of them used, or at least used well. And this is nice.
Yeah.
It makes the whole thing feel connected.
Lucas even posts the works in progress.
Ooh, you are using Behance.
Yes, you are. You are using it to its fullest power. And you
you've got
have
a URL.
URL, very cool. I wonder if it's a portfolio site.
Is it?
Maybe. Wow, so image retoucher is how Lucas describes himself.
I like the big images.
Nice, you have your Behance link, your InDesign, LinkedIn link. Cool, is there something that really calls to you first?
Oh, I want to see the piece that was on your website, the peach negative space right below. That one, yeah.
Beauty 02. Ooh, texture.
Texture and little type with negative space. Oh, and look at that little 10 on the edge. Ooh. So delicate and beautiful.
Yep. Okay, so this is before and
Before
this
and
is
after.
after.
My very limited Spanish.
Cool. That's very subtle retouching.
Yeah. It took me a second to see what was being retouched there.
I know this is really like on trend right now, like allowing the people to still look like people. Like she still has nice texture in her skin and looks like a person. But your eye goes where it needs to go to really show off the makeup.
Yeah, I love the photo when it's larger in the beginning where we have the I think it's the same image.
Yep.
The texture like at the top next to that type and negative space, it just all is laid out very nicely.
Yeah.
It's so textured.
Yes, in a good way. Nicely done.
The little type accents are just very beautifully laid out.
It shows that you know your way around graphic design, but you're also showing that you're also a highly skilled retoucher.
Yeah, it looks like it might be a template that you're using for some of these setups. Not a template, I mean, you designed it, but like something that you're repeating. It's nice.
Cool.
What's that sailboat one?
Let's see. Cracker Monsters. A gang in search of crunchy treasures and unfortunate tourists. Cool. Oh, seagulls.
Oh, it's so fun.
Is this like this looks like you painted it and this looks like a photo composite.
There's a beautiful grain on everything.
He's got a cool little hat on.
Oh, those are little photos. Okay. Yeah, it's hard to tell if it's like a really realistic illustration.
No, I think it's a composite.
Which is nice. Like, it's a very nice place to be.
I
Kind
think
of a surrealist realism.
Right. I think you've used your retouching skills here with that light touch to make things look very natural. Like maybe you brushed in some of these clouds or some of this mist texture, but it looks natural. Here's all the photos.
Cool.
Here's the little hat. Gracias. Really nicely done. Strong composition. It's pretty centered, but your eye moves through it nicely.
I get a little tripped up with the header image going into this image where they touch.
Yep.
Because it took me a while to be like, wait, are they one image? Are they not one image? I almost wish there were a little bit of negative space in between the two.
Yeah.
Or maybe if that thing in the sky didn't repeat the cloud compass. Just because I love this image so much, and it took me a second to understand what I was looking at, but it's really well done.
Yeah. Yeah, I totally agree, and that's really easy to do in Behance. Just add a little bit of space between your two images.
Padding.
Yep. I agree about this. Like it repeats almost immediately. So you're like, wait, what?
Yeah, if there were something else in between or a break, then I would like the repeat, but it's too close. Where you can see them both on screen at the same time and on a monitor, I think it's too close.
Yeah. Nicely done. I am interested in this because it looks like compositing mixed with text.
Oh, it's nice texture again. I like that there's a style for the way you present your work.
Definitely. I agree. Okay, a little bit of drawing on photography. Cool. Right? Like this very lightly valued text on top of this super dark image. Make sure I'm turned up all the way.
Yeah, I want to have a really good screen for this.
Wait, is this composited? Like, is this a photograph?
What are we... Oh, did you take out the bench?
Whoa. You took out the bench and you can added this to this.
Can we scroll down one more time?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then you made it nighttime so all of your little mistakes wouldn't show up. That's what I would do.
I like it. I like the line like on top of the actual photo showing what you're doing. It itself is designed very well.
Yes.
I kind of almost wish if you're gonna do that, it was on like it was almost like I saw your sketchbook. Like there were arrows doing other things with the other image, or
like maybe a little silhouette of the house here, like the same one. Very cool.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Such simple, bold text.
And that color is quite nice. Nice night.
It's quite tasty. Okay, let's jump into another one. What strikes your fancy?
I keep going between the car and that woman on the bottom left that looks like it's a flipped.
Oh.
I can't tell if that's like
perfect.
reflected or.
Yeah.
Her face is so interestingly
Very
symmetrical.
Maybe we'll see in the retouch.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Ooh.
Cool. We love motion.
I like a little GIF or video.
Oh, there she is again.
That's a great expression. She's got a great face.
Strong. Cool.
I like before and after. Is that a video? Can you scroll over it? Or is that a GIF?
It's a GIF.
Ooh, that's a very big GIF.
It is. It's like high quality.
Yeah, impressed.
Nice.
Because I know you can also embed to autoplay videos in Behance.
From what I can tell.
It's nice. Yeah, it's great. I like that process insight there.
Yeah, and let a nice space between the images because if they were touching, it might feel like a little too much.
Yeah. I think I like that more than the left and right before after on the other one. I like being able to see it turn on and off.
Yes. Yeah, I agree. This is a very simple layout design compared to your previous ones, Lucas.
It's further down the page, so I wonder if it's an older project maybe. Which just talks to your skill that I can't tell when these were made because they're all very well done.
Yeah.
It's like layout cues rather than the work itself.
It's interesting too because it seems like the retouching is all down here and then the compositing's all at the top. Like maybe you're grouping it by style or literally your composites are newer. I'm not quite sure. I'm really interested in these two. Which one do you want to look at out of those two?
I wasn't looking at the one on the right, but now I want to see it because it looks so different.
Art and line. Line art. Got a little bit of English here for me. Thank you.
Gracias.
Whoa. Oh,
Whoa.
look at this figure.
This is very different.
Yes.
Is the background a dark blue?
Seems like it.
I love these colors so much.
Wow.
I like this project a lot. It feels so different from everything else in your portfolio. I almost wish there were a couple lines explaining just context on like what you made and why you made it. Like I'm assuming this was like, I don't know how you made this actually.
Yeah, is there a tool? It says AI and Photoshop. So maybe the lines are vector and then you brought it into Photoshop.
I mean, it's so delicate and beautiful. Yeah, I would love just a little description line about how you made this or what it was for, or just giving it context next to all the other things.
Like you mentioned that it is just inspired by this art that you love or the work that you love, but I want to know more. Maybe a little bit of process, but like in the designed way that you like to do, Lucas.
I mean, like, are you an illustrator? Is this a thing that you make a lot? That's like almost another skill set.
Yeah, add Illustrator into there. Very cool, Lucas. So I would highly recommend everyone go check out both Mohammed and Lucas's portfolios.
Absolutely.
Very, very cool. We're gonna jump back to John's screen for the last couple minutes of the stream so that maybe we can talk about what you've done the last 3 days.
Yeah, so this one, actually, we got a lot further than I thought we were going to get.
Yeah, there's a lot of play today. I liked it.
It feels nice. And then we still have, oh gosh. Oh gosh, my failed smart object linking.
Not failed.
Not failed, you're just special.
We'll get there.
To file. Let's just do this. If we're gonna go for it, let's go for it. Dun 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 dun.
Those colors look so good together.
They look really nice.
Those 3 backgrounds.
Yeah. I thank you for the color selection, chat, because you guys were on point.
Yes.
But yeah, we have these 3 hand things that we worked on, and I think they all feel pretty cohesive. When you look at them like this, it's nice to see them as a family.
Yep.
Where the colors are all very different, but they're all in the same world, and they feel like it could be a campaign almost. Let me see if let's just open them up to actually look. Whoa, not in preview.
Preview? Where have you been?
Who are you, preview?
Yeah.
No.
So does this glove company know that you're working on this?
So they know I'm working on something. I don't know if they know exactly what I'm working on.
Right. I would be interested to hear if they've tuned in at all, what they have to say.
I'm super interested in that. I was almost maintaining radio silence on purpose.
Yeah.
So that I didn't have to process any of the feedback for this. But yeah, I think I want to present these, and I'll probably present them in some sort of a PDF form with maybe a full screen 16:9 of each of these, because I think they look so nice just as floods.
Yes.
And then break these assets up, because I think they show a lot of potential. Seeing them in context like this.
Right. I'm so drawn to the one that you just worked on with those arms. It screams the perfect social media asset to me.
Yeah, I kind of want to animate it a little bit.
Yes.
And going into like timeline and turning things on and off could be the next time I come back and we talk.
Yes. Good little plug
that could
there.
be a project unto itself.
Yeah, like making animations in Photoshop is really not that difficult.
Oh, it's
like
so fun.
Yeah, and it's really intimidating to people who have never tried.
Well, and we
simple.
talked about like layer comping and saving layer comps. It's kind of the same thing, like just knowing what you're turning on when, and then just giving it time codes for each one.
Yeah. Super cool. Awesome. So you've worked on one different kind of manipulation every day. We started with the Bauhaus City.
Down here.
So
or let's do the
cool.
full size one.
Yeah, and we really started to kind of play with like the storytelling element, right?
Yeah, I think this kind of became a little. Is it personified if it's hands because it's already a person?
Are there people inside those hands though?
Well,
or
we
are
don't
they
know.
just the gloves?
We just got these little
Oh,
hands
yeah.
to them. But yeah, kind of like making them characters themselves. I think each of these is like they're turning into characters doing very different things.
Yeah.
Bauhaus City though.
Yes, right. Bauhaus City Walk, love it. And then yesterday was a lot of the filling the glove with the pearls. These lovely little ladies right here.
Lovely little ladies. The not at all real pearls.
Right, and then there's no purple pearl.
No, yeah, that's
Tricked
this red,
you.
red guy right here.
The magic of Photoshop. And then today we played with the sea monster and the beautiful metallic.
Yeah, and there's still, so I'm actually quite happy with how far we got on this one. But obviously it's still the roughest of the three. So I took a layer and just took all of the hue out of these,
this.
completely desaturated the gloves, which is kind of nice, but I wonder if I go back in and maybe play with adding some of it back in. Because right now even, it had a green hue to it that I took out because we had a red background, but here it's kind of nice to have in there.
Looks realistic.
Yeah, so maybe it's going through and adding that back in, or adding some of it back in. It could be brushing something out, but yeah, oh, look at that right there.
It looks so realistic. Wow.
I mean, that's the best thing about shooting your own photos is it looks realistic because it is real.
Because it is real, yes. You even built the little props. You prepared so well for this stream. I'm very thankful for your hard work.
Oh, I'm glad it worked out.
Yeah, and chat, if you want to follow more of John's work when he leaves us here on Adobe Live, you can follow him on Behance, hellojohnolson.com, Instagram.
Hello, John Olson on Instagram.
That's you got it.
Got the same tag, and I think there might even be a dead Twitter account with no content on it.
Ooh, make sure to follow that to be ironic.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we'll be back in just 5 minutes with Paul and Life of AVAX for their last stream. And if you want your portfolio reviewed, make sure you submit again if you haven't been selected yet. They're going to be doing reviews as well. And then that's going to do it for us. So everyone take care. Thanks, John.
Yeah, it's been so fun. Thank you, everybody.
Yay. See you in a couple minutes. Bye.
know the book.